We had a dangerous stretch of severe weather this past week. And now as we go into this Saturday, Kansas City, a gorgeous start to your morning, but overnight tonight could prove really dangerous. So you want to make sure as you go throughout your day today, especially in the plains, with a level 4 risk of severe weather on the board today, that we have a safety plan top of mind. Going about the first part of your day with sunshine and quiet weather, so we do have a window here where we might be able to enjoy, get out, have an early barbecue. But I think as we get closer and closer to the evening hour, we start to turn our eyes to the forecast, paying attention to our surroundings and those clouds that will be billowing their way up. The threat for very large hail, we're talking softball-sized hail or greater, damaging wind gusts, and a few long track violent tornadoes in the forecast for these storms. We have plenty of daytime heat. Instability is going to be off the charts with temperatures surging into the 80s and 90s. We have plenty of moisture in the atmosphere. We have what we call a cap in place through much of the start of the day today. What that means is that we have this shallow layer of warm air above the surface, and it really doesn't allow these storms to kind of fire up into the atmosphere. And so because of that cap in place, well, it limits our storm development through the afternoon. You can see all is quiet on future radar, nothing too concerning until that cap begins to break around the dinner hour onwards. And then from there, all systems go. These storms have an environment that is fully primed for bringing all modes of severe weather. It starts with these storms likely across Oklahoma. It's these discrete storms that will be following on radar that have the greatest chance of producing long track tornadoes. And then as we get into the overnight hours, here we are approaching midnight. You can see this activity firing up across Kansas. Initially, discrete storms, isolated storms, become a bit of a complex overnight as they push into Kansas City. This is when a damaging wind threat begins to evolve, and then that opens up our Sunday morning. It's a level 4 risk for damaging winds, and this comes following just a week ago the derecho that brought tons of damage across Kansas on the I-70 corridor, Hays to Kansas City, tons of severe weather reports. And so Kansas City, you need to be on alert through tonight. If you are getting together with friends and family in the backyard for barbecues as we go through the night tonight, making sure that everything is battened down because these damaging wind gusts could come in a hurry. Have ways to receive alerts in the overnight hours. It's important to stay inside, lowest level of your home, away from windows. Through the afternoon and evening, enjoying the sunshine, but clouds billow in, and there's those storms overnight.